Hey, you. I'm talking about you. You that just turned on this video. This your life coach, Dr. Omar Howard, here with my boy Cal Jacko. Get ready for the King series. Are you? I'm talking about you. Are you ready for this King series? You better get ready to ride. My boy Jacko, King series part two. Life coach Omar Howard.
Today, man, as you know, man, it's Kyle Jacko once again checking in from the ATL. Man, welcome to another episode of the King Series Chapter 2. Hey, what I had to do this time was I had to go to Texas. I had to get another Texas, as I call him, a Texas veteran, a Texas native, a legacy maker, somebody that makes his own legacy beats. You're going to see what I mean when I introduce this man in. But I met this man at my job, like working for another company. I met him all the way out there in Edwardsville, Illinois. And when I met him, I think it was right behind me. And he got out of the truck. I got out of the truck. We started talking. I told him on my YouTube channel. He told me what he does. And next thing you know, he said, I'm from Texas. I was like, I'm from Texas too. You know, so when you from Texas, you got to get that whole bass in your voice. You got to let everybody know where you from. You from Texas. I'm from Texas too. What we going to talk about? Whoever would have known, I would have found a brother that no matter what, he's never gonna stop grinding. He's never gonna stop doing what he's doing. No kids. He gonna grind like he have. And I'm so honored to bring this brother in. Like I said, I met him on the road. Like normally y'all know I meet people on Clubhouse, Instagram. No, I met him face to face. Met him face to face, had a great conversation with him. And it was so good. I was like, hey, bro, you want to get on this King series? And that was like way when it was cold, I think. I was getting ready to be cold. And I kept in contact with him, kept on speaking to him. And guess what? He's here. So, man, I hope you got your phone. Do not disturb. Hope you're ready. Wazeer, hey, man, come and let the people know what you do and let them know, like, why are you here? Because, I mean, he's supposed to be home, but he's not at home. He's in the truck right now. He's supposed to be at home. We're going to let that go. So, go ahead and let them know, man, what you do, man.
All right, man. First of all, thank you for having me on your wonderful platform, the King series. I don't even know if I did enough work to even be, considered a king yet. I think I'm a king in training, trying to be something like you, building a platform, you know what I'm saying? So first of all, thank you for having me and thank y'all for watching. My name is Wazeer. That's Wazeer. And I'm from Houston, Texas, like he said. I'm an artist, I'm a producer, and all around entertainer. But what I really try to focus on is just really keying in on the creativity, expressing myself authentically. You know what I mean? No matter what that means, no matter if I'm out, like I met him in the middle of nowhere, I might pull over on the side of the road with the mountains behind me. I'm making a beat. I might go to the gas station and see some sodas or something like, oh, I can make a beat out of that. You know what I mean? So the people that follow me, the people that know what I'm doing, I have a lot of things catching steam right now, going viral. And I think it's because people are attaching on to just the realism of it. Because in this era of the internet, you can make anything look like anything. But when you see me, I'm using the things around me. I'm breaking the fourth wall because I'm using something, maybe a household thing you've seen, or I'm saying something that's poignant to the society or important to us as a people. And you could just, I feel like that cuts through the people, and I'm dedicated to that. So that's who I am.
And I'm very proud of you, man. Like, y'all really got to check out his Instagram. He make beats out of literally anything. I mean, anything he sees. I think one time I saw it, like little safety cones. He made a beat out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I love it because that's what you should always do. That right there, and he kept on saying he don't know he's worthy of being a king. But you can make your own instruments out of beats. Like, bro, you have the title of being a king. So yes, he really does have that title. Y'all make sure y'all go check him on Instagram. At the end of the video, we're gonna tell you some more stuff about his Instagram. But right now, we gotta roll into these questions. So, sir, how do you wear your crown in society? And you be everywhere. You drive trucks. So how do you wear your crown when you be in society?
I do that by just being myself. I think the best teacher is experience. So if I'm gonna be a king, that I guess that if I'm gonna wear a crown, my crown metaphorically would be the way I carry myself. So when somebody see me, I may not be, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the same environments that a lot of my peers are from, but I don't necessarily um invoke the same things that they may invoke or some of my brothers may do, but I'm just me. That's the one thing that people get around me like, bro, you just really yourself. And that's who I am. I was raised a certain way. I was raised doing a lot of things in the community when I was growing up. We traveled around the country. Anytime I traveled as a child, the first time I got on the plane, the first time I left Texas, the first time I left my city, it was always for a march, a community rally. We was protesting something. So it was always dedicated to some greater good. So that's how I move out in the world. Anytime I'm looking at something and I like, just like you, just how we connected, whenever I meet a person and I can tell they on that same type of drive, that same type of energy to not only better themselves, but it's like a self-improvement for the purpose of raising our community as a whole and then raising society and the world as a whole. Because in my opinion, that's one of the greatest things we can do while we're here is try to leave an impact and try to leave things better than when we got here. So that's exactly how I move every day. I give everything my best. I treat every situation. I have lofty goals and I have ideas, but I also make the best of my current situations. So I have no excuses for anything going on in my life. I meet it head first, and I try to keep the same. Whether I got $0 or I'm in debt or I'm starting to make some ground financially, I carry myself with the same regalness that a king should, because you know what I mean? There's billions of people on this earth, and there has been even more that have lived over time, but there's only going to be one me. So I try to exemplify that every day.
And you think you still can't wear the king title. Man, stop playing, man. Hey, y'all know that boy wearing the king title, right? And then when you from Texas anyway, man, you always gonna have the moniker of a title correct. You know, Texas boys, we always get it all the time. Come on
Know how
now.
that is. The
Oh,
sauce
really?
comes equipped, you know what I mean?
Let them know. But sir, the next one I want to ask you is, who is your king role model? Who do you consider in your life your king role model? With me, it's DMX, because DMX is always one of those people that he was him, but he put God first. But he was always him. He didn't always make the right decisions, but he always put God first. That's me. And my next king role model, I might as well do it because you from Texas, I'm from Texas. It's my uncle Eddie Ray Brown. Eddie Ray Brown was somebody that always believed in the greater good of people. He never looked at people for what they did outside. He always looked at them like what they had right here. You have this right here, and no matter how you look on the outside, as long as you got this, you always good to go. So rest in power to my uncle Eddie Ray Brown. But I never use him at all because I have so many kings. But I feel like you being from Texas and I'm from Texas, gotta let Uncle Eddie Ray shine. Even though the whole series is created for the uncle, I let him shine right now. So what about your life? It could be a celebrity or I could be a family member.
I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do two. Okay, can I do two? Can I do one that's in my life and then one that's kind of okay? The one that's in my life is my father. My father. I was blessed to have both my parents in the house, and so I had a very direct influence from my father. Like whenever I'm talking, a lot of people are like, man, you talking just like your daddy. You know what I'm saying? You know, my dad is a very strong person. He's a very driven and dedicated person, and all I've ever seen him do was be dedicated to the mission. That's how he wake up every morning. We on a mission. We got to do this. We got to do that. You know what I mean? We got to build our communities. My father is actually a FOI. I don't know if you know what that is, Nation of Islam. So my father was one of the ones you seen on the street selling newspapers with the in the suit in the heat of Texas. You know what I'm saying? He do that now. He in the 50s. He do that now. So he out there talking with the people. A lot of people don't understand what that is. That's just an interaction. So it starts a conversation. So my father out there speaking with the people. He in the hood. He doing what he got to do. And he was always in my life. He was always inspirational. My father never told me I couldn't do anything. Like I never told him, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. He never was like, maybe that's too big, or maybe you should look at. He never even said that. He'd be like, let's do it. How you want to do it? He'd be like, oh, and he actually encouraged me to you know what I'm saying, to make what I do legitimate, because he's always been the type of person where if he gonna do something, he gonna do it legitimate. He gonna get the licenses he need to do. He's done construction. I've seen him do all kind of stuff. Just work at restaurants, do this and that. He did what he had to do so he could do what he wanted to do. Right. So he instilled a lot of principles in me. I never seen him fold for money or seen him compromise himself. He's always been a stand-up individual. So that's the king in my life that drives me, that gives me that example. And then professionally, I think the king.
What's the name though? What's his name?
My father. My father John. My father John Muhammad. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He on social media too, John Muhammad. Y'all can hit him up. He going hard. He probably posting my stuff or posting some teachings, posting some facts. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get up on things, look up John Muhammad. And me and him actually did a podcast too. Because we used to have so many conversations about business, about life and stuff. So I was like, man, we should just record this because he wanted to write a book. But so if y'all want to listen to us have long form conversations, a podcast called Business Business Building Blocks, where we was bringing on business owners, you know what I mean, and just picking their brains on how did they do it, how did you do it. So we really dedicated to this. So John Muhammad, look him up. He's a great man. Made me the man that I am today. I wouldn't be nothing without my father. And I think my professional the king that I model myself after would probably be, which is probably strange, probably Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle is a comedian, but he's one of the people I look up to the most. Anytime I hear a Dave Chappelle interview, like he's doing a podcast right now with Mos Def and Talib Kweli, and it's just amazing just to hear him tell these stories and me just watching his career over time. You know what I mean? For him being offered that money with the Chappelle show, but he didn't want to take it, and you know what I mean? That whole debacle, and then years later he getting his rights back. They give him the show back, and left for 10 years. They called him a crackhead. He overcame so much, and he's like a legend in the comedy space. And really, just our culture in general is just somebody who stood on something, stood on his art, and did it the way he wanted to do it. Didn't waver, didn't do too much, wasn't thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't extra. But he really made an impact, and all of his art has some type of redeeming quality if you listen to him. It's hilarious, and he gonna say something that's gonna make you think. So that's the type of creative I want to be. That's the type of man I want to be. The type of king I want to be. And his influence is endless. Dave Chappelle's influence is endless. You can see it everywhere. So that's the type of person I want to be. I want to be like Dave Chappelle.
Okay, cool. I love it. Hey,
Yeah.
do you like playing games, sir?
I don't play games. I know it seems
Guess
weird.
what? Guess what? You want to play a game today, though? I got something
Okay.
called for you called the wordplay. The
Oh,
wordplay
okay.
stuff that I do for people, where I can tell you a name, I can tell you a place, I can tell you a thing, and I want it to come from your mind, and I want it to come from your heart. And I want you to expound on it. Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
So when I say the state, Texas, paint a picture for everybody that have never been to Texas before. You can paint it for just the whole state of Texas, or you can paint it just for Houston. It's on you.
Well, I'm gonna kick it off with Houston, because Texas is one of the biggest states. If you're trying to get to I've driven to California. If you go west, it's gonna take you about 12 hours to get out of Texas. Texas is huge. So I'm from Houston, specifically Houston, Texas, specifically in Houston, Texas. I'm from the east side, but I've both lived on different sides and just experienced the whole city. But I think Houston is a place that not many people even realize why. So you hear so many artists speak about Houston, like I love Houston, from Drake, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, to just 50 Cent recently moving there, and just everybody got this thing with Houston specifically, because it's a city of, really, Texas in general is a city of the do it for self. So we got people like Jay Prince, we got people like Jacko handling this business, we got people all over the state where we see something, and because I think that comes from the industry not being in Texas, that we had to figure out an avenue to be like, how are we gonna do this? They ain't coming to us, so how are we gonna do it here? And the city I'm from is such a big place that you could almost be popping just in Houston and have a whole career. It's people that just pop in Houston and only tour Texas, that don't have to leave. Like Slim Thug and them don't have to leave Texas. Zero don't
Zero.
have to leave Texas.
Zero.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them. Paul Wall don't have to. They don't have to leave. They could do it. You know what I'm saying? Look, Kiki, all of them. They don't gotta leave. And some of the greats are from Houston. Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a good, man. The thing that I think is interesting about Houston specifically is it feels like it's a lot of everybody, meaning races. It's a lot of black people. It's a lot of white people. If you go to certain areas, there's a lot of people from the East, Africa, Asia, stuff like that. If you go to the Southwest side, it's a lot of people over there. Like you may have heard of artist Toby in Ningwe, in Gwingwe, his family from Nigeria. So it's a melting pot for real. You're gonna grow up around people from all over the world in your school, and it ain't gonna be weird. Like, it's gonna be like, well, at least the school I went to, it was mainly Black and Hispanic, but then you got people from all over the world that you're growing up with, and you mixed up financially. So I grew up. I may not, I ain't grew up in the best financial situation like a lot of us do, and you know what I'm saying. So I grew up in a certain type of environment where these are apartments. But my friend, he might grow up. He grew up in like a 2-story house. It's nice over there. I might got another friend who live in a gated community, but we all right by each other. It's like I can see your house. I can walk to your house. You can walk to my apartments. I can go over here, and it's like you're not really separated from nothing. You exposed to everything from both sides of the tracks. So I think that's why people from Houston are just we just chill, and we just because we used to seeing a lot of different things. We used to going to the Galleria, and we used to back in the day going to Sharpstown or the North Line or Greens Point, aka Guns Point. You know what I'm saying? It's just an environment that's just like. Then you got the south side of it where we see slabs, cars swinging, all the red line. You see that on Sunday. We got the screw influence. Then we got the modern Houston with Travis Scott, Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful place
That's
that you
all
just
cool. That's all
yeah.
cool. But put on to Texas, we got UGK.
Y'all got
All day
UGK.
long. Unbeat
I
all day long. All my put on to Texas people, we let them take it for a minute. I'm sitting back like, all right, cool.
yeah, he let
We
me
got
get it for
stuff
a
to
little
do.
bit.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you coming from Louisiana and you want to go to Houston, you're going to have to pass through Port Arthur, Texas. You know what I'm saying?
You got to.
So PAT, I love you, man. I told you, I got you. We ain't going to let the Houston boys come in there and take everything over. You know what I'm saying? He good. He went a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying?
That's just my expertise. Don't get me wrong. I've been a part of it everywhere.
Rest in power, Pimp C.
Pimp C, come on, man.
Rest in power, man. UGK, Port Arthur, Texas, we here. You know what I'm saying? I had to
come on.
for a minute. Because you know what? Them Texas ain't doing that right. Them Texas ain't hitting on nothing right now. At all. Nothing. But
Not
man,
a thing. It's unfortunate.
I love you, man. But I had to stop you because you about to get ready to give out everybody the whole 25 letters out 25 lighters album in a minute. So I had to stop.
Yeah. Hey, I was going in. Big Mo. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at you. Being a truck driver. When I say truck driver, what comes to your mind? Because you've been doing it for a little while now. So truck driver, that is your word.
Man, solution. I'm going to say solution. When I think of truck driving, I think of solution. See, I come from an artistic background. So I never saw myself being a truck driver. Maybe I could have seen it because when I was in Houston, I was driving Uber, but I'm just doing anything I do is to fund my art. I never wanted to do anything to distract me. I'm like, I'm not giving my creativity to nobody. No, it's going to this music, it's going to these videos. I'm in film school, I'm in audio engineering school. I ain't leave, but something happened, something particular. You know what I mean? I was actually, and it's gonna sound crazy, I was homeless for a little bit. Some things went left. But don't feel sorry for me because I made a decision. I was about to do this music video, and I could have paid my rent, and I could have did the video, but I was like, but this video, you know what I'm saying? We got to jump this video. So then I did the video. I'm crazy like that. So, but that led to just I ended up living in my car for 6 months. This is 2019, and it just went all the way down. And then eventually the pandemic hit. So the pandemic hit. I had to go back home because my father was, my mother and my father, they loved me. So, and some things was happening when I'm out there on them streets. They was like, look, we've worried about you. Just come home, get grounded, then you can, get back going. Because I was using it as inspiration. I was still making music at that time. I would drive all day, go shower at the gym, and then go edit at Starbucks. But now I'm at the flat. Ain't nothing going on in my life. I ain't got nothing going. I'm talking about nothing. I'm back home. I'm just delivering food because the pandemic hit, and I wasn't really driving Uber no more. So it was like, man, what is going on? Like I ain't got nothing going on. And then I get a call. I don't even remember calling this number. I don't know how they got my number. Maybe I applied. I don't remember applying to this company I drive for. They called me. They was like, hey, have you ever thought of truck driving? And I was so low at that time, Jacko. I ain't have nothing going on. I was like, why not? Why not pivot to something that what I would find out is crucial and is necessary. Truck driving is one of them things that it ain't never going out of style. Once I got that CDL, I ain't got to sell nobody on the fact that I drive a truck. They need truck drivers. They like, who got a CDL? We got more loads than drivers. So then I'm in a position now where I'm not out here begging nobody for nothing. Not that I was at first, but you gotta be a hustler when you out here trying to do art for a living. I'm trying to get people to come to the show, running around doing all this. And it just gave me a stability. And that's why I say it's a solution. Every money problem I had, every living problem I had, every art problem I had, any focus problem I had, because I went over the road. I'm going to all 48 states, mainland America. It got me from my city. It got me out into the world to where I could focus. So now I'm doing the best art that I've ever done. I don't have the same stress that I had before because I'm not homeless. I'm not out. I mean, I'm mobile living still, so but it's a better situation. I got a bed now. I'm not in the front seat like I'm doing my. You know what I'm saying? It elevated me, and it honestly it ended up elevating my profile because I ended up. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if we even talked about it. That I did some TikTok videos about trucking, and them things went viral. I mean, viral. We talking millions and millions on TikTok on accident. My sister was like, "You should talk about trucking on TikTok." You ever thought about that? I was like, "Why? Nobody care about that." This is what I'm saying. I do one video. It do all right. It do like it did probably like I only had like 25 followers at the time. It did probably like 500 views. I'm like, wait, what? Why is this doing 500 views? I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So then I was like, I'll do another video. Where I do that video, and then I just lay down. I get off TikTok because I didn't really use the app like that. I lay down. My friend called me, text me, was like, not you going viral on TikTok. I was like, oh, I must have got another like 500 views or something like that. I wake up the next morning, bro. That video had 1 million views. I went from in one day, I went from 25 followers to like 20,000. And there's people at the end of the day like, man, I've been here since 2,000 followers. I was like, that was like 3 hours ago. This thing going crazy. Nothing in my life had ever done that. And that just showed me that I don't know what's going on, bro. We be
I can
thinking
tell
we know
you,
what's going
I can tell
on.
you what's going on. What's going on is you're not somebody that quits. You keep on driving. You keep on doing what you got to do. You got hit with a block when you got homeless. You chose to take another route. And as you chose to take another route, you kept on going there. You kept on doing your music. You kept on pushing through. So every time you keep on pushing through, you're going to keep on getting rewarded. So it ain't just, wow. It's just like you never gave up. That's why I'm at where I'm at right now, because I never gave up. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's happening right now. So I answered your question, but hopefully I did. But hey, I got the last question for y'all. You ready for it?
You ready? Let's go. Let's do it.
When you hear these words, King Series Chapter 2, what comes to your mind?
King Series. That's a poignant. That's why I like this title anyway, because it comes with a certain expectation. If it's gonna be a king series, I mean, we talking kings. If we talking kings, we talking power. We talking influence. We talking strength. We talking leadership. And then if it's a series, that means it's gonna be a few of them. That means you laying it out for people. You giving them multiple examples. You giving them, oh, you got this king, we got that king too, we got this king too. Take your pick and see somebody who maybe you can model yourself after. And then if it's chapter 2, that means we done elevated. That means we did chapter 1 so well, the people asked for the 2. We coming back with the chapter 2 with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think of King Series chapter 2. I'm like, that means we doing it. We as far as we did in chapter 1, we coming back with it chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? From the mind of Jacko, so you know it's gonna be ill. So that's what I think of. That's what I think of when I hear King Series Chapter 2. And I don't know if this is part of Chapter 2. I don't know if that's coming, but I'm happy to see it.
Oh, this chapter 2 right now. You in it. But man, you have won the wordplay, man. You want to know what you have won?
What I won?
You won a cool cup. Not a whole cool cup, half the cool cup.
Okay. Real talk. I'm with it. Cool. You know,
and we got you a boudin with no wrap. We dropped it on the ground. We're gonna give it to you.
That is what's up, bro. Y'all give it up for me. Y'all give it up for me. Hey,
man. We got a little Kiki CD. We don't know the CD yet, but I got the case for you.
But you got the case? I'm with it. Hey, let's do it.
See, y'all don't know what we talking about. But see, when you take it, we know what it is like. Who gonna drop a boudin on the ground and give it to somebody? Who gonna give somebody a cool cup with that much love in there? Who gonna give somebody a little Kiki CD? Matter of fact, you can't find a little Kiki CD from back in the day no more and just give him the case. You know what I'm saying? He understands why it's so funny. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you already, that's crazy. Like, bro, I'm really not eating that booty. You got the booty on the ground, bro, I ain't eating it. But
depends on how it's seasoned, you know, you never know. You know.
so you eat something dropped on the ground. You know what? We're gonna we're gonna talk afterwards. But look, the reason why the wordplay is so big in my life because you know you gotta laugh in your life. You know what I'm saying? As a motivation speaker, they have people that don't want to be, they want to be all mean. And man, I can't be like that, man. One thing in Texas, what we learn is you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. But guess what? If I know you and we know each other, we're gonna laugh all day long. That's what we do. We Joan in Texas. We cap everything. That's what we do. We call it cap. We call it cap, we call it Joan. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But I have to put the wordplay before we get to this part of the video. This is part of the video we have to talk about my Uncle Eddie Ray Brown. Everybody's been a part of this King series. They have to watch his video to be a part of King series. They don't watch the video, then I'm be a part of King series. I know you're thinking like, wow, that's kind of rude. No, it's my video. Like, it's my series. It's my name on the YouTube channel, Kyle Jacko. So you can either get hip to it or not. It's on you. But he was such a big inspiration in my life. That's why the logo is what it is. That's why the shirts is what it is. Because my uncle, he always taught me so much. He was growing up as a little kid in Parker, Texas. And last year, he watched all chapter 1. And then this year, he never get a chance to watch chapter 2. I wasn't prepared for it yet. But I told him, I said, man, there's going to be some great things coming. And he was really geared up to do it. You know what I'm saying? But he passed away in February. He never did get that chance. So when I got ready to start chapter 2, I got to honor him all the way through. So, man, shouts out to Chango for creating this logo for the King series because it needed to happen. So, sir, with you, what did you get from the video and why do you think everybody else should go watch the video?
Man, you should go watch this video because, and that's what we talked a little bit about it, that the so much life that he was having in this video was so inspiring. At the age he wasn't tired. After all he did, he wasn't done. And he was just talking about, yeah, man. And he seemed like a very humble brother. Like, you know, we got the barbershop. You know, we did this in the community. We taught and trained people in boxing and stuff like that. And just the impact that he was having in his life. And I heard him say that he was just inspired to wake up every day. He energized every day. And that's to let us know that, and this was in 2020, and in the title it says rest in power. So that just lets you know that you never know. You got that checklist that you want to do. We got to get to it because we never know what's next. And it just gives you a good model of somebody that you can aspire to be like, to be a pillar in your community and just be somebody that people can lean on and draw inspiration from, and steps for us to walk through. You know what I'm saying? They say walk by faith, but we can also walk by example from somebody like our brother here. And I thank you for interviewing him, and I thank you for building this around him, because you talking about giving somebody their flowers. This is almost like, you know what I'm saying, figuring out his DNA and growing something even big, bigger for him to live on through. Because a king, kings pass, but what they leave behind is their mind, their ideas, their works. So rest in power to Eddie Ray. You know what I'm saying, your uncle, your family. And let's all try to be Eddie Rays in our life. Let's all try to be great. Let's all try to be somebody that looks to help the community before we help ourselves. Look to help the people around us, our family, our friends, and let's do that. Yeah. Shout out to him, bro. I think everybody should watch that video.
Already, man. You already said it, man. I don't gotta say nothing else. Only thing I gotta say, rest in power to Uncle Eddie Ray Brown. Rest in power to anybody you have lost. And just know, man, you got to keep on carrying on that legacy. This right here is not going to stop. It's going to keep on growing. Shouts out to the whole Brown family, man. I love y'all. And you know, man, Jack, I'm always
Hold on.
No matter what.
His last name is Eddie Brown, right?
Yeah, like the same thing you saw in the video.
He might be my family. He might be related to me. He from Texas?
Yeah, he from Port Arthur.
Bro, yeah. My family is the Browns. When I go to family reunions, it's the Brown family.
Well, guess what? Hey,
that might be my uncle.
You watch the video, go on Facebook, bow, there you go. And then guess what? Hey, I'm your cousin. Hey,
I know, yeah. My daddy got an Uncle Eddie. Is that Uncle Eddie? I was saying,
we gotta move on to the questions though, man. But man, hey, we're gonna rap about it though. So what are you doing in your life today to develop future kings?
like I say, man, I'm leading by example. And then I've always been the type of person that I used to work at Houston Community College. That's where I got my degree in audio engineering and production and stuff. And that's when I was working there, I had a lot of students around me that had to come to me to get the equipment and check into the studios, or I would go in and help them with their projects and answer questions. So that's where I developed my skill of just learning how to take information, synthesize it, and pass it to other people. Because a lot of people hit me up in my DMs asking me, man, what mic did you use? How did you do this? And what I do is I give it up. Ain't no trade secrets in me. I'm trying to tell people as much as how I do what I do as I possibly can, because I feel like that's how we grow. That's how we, like, I pass something on to you, and then you relay it back to me, then I can grow as a person. So I just try to lead by example. I don't hold back. I let everybody know what I'm doing. I let people know how I do it, what I got planned, because I want us to be more, engaged as a community. If you cut off one part of the body, it'll die. So you got to send blood there. You got to send nutrients here. You got to spread this around if we're gonna be a functioning body. So that's what I try to do. That's how I do it right there. So anybody that come to me that's trying to do what I do, I will give you all the game that I know.
Okay, love that, man. Like, hey, you might really Ken Uncle Eddie Ray Brown, because man, you dropping some gems today. I'm proud of you. Okay, that's a good one right here. What behavior do you see in mainstream society as sending out the wrong king development message?
That's a good question, because I've recently you see these YouTube series, you a YouTuber. You've seen these YouTube series where they'll go into two rappers that's beefing in whatever city, whether it be Memphis, Atlanta, Florida, Jacksonville or Chicago, and they'll detail these beefs
I really
between
don't
these
see it
rappers.
because I don't think I watch his Kyle Jacko on YouTube.
But you know what I'm saying? There are these series where they detail these basically wars. And we all know, if you look at any great king in history, they went to war. That's a part of being a king. And sometimes you might have to go to war. But that's not everything with being a king. You got to know when to build. You don't what I think is that's kind of the negative side. We get taught too much about the war side. You got to be you know what I'm saying? You got to be this, you got to be that, you got to be a killer, you got to be ready to go at any time. I don't tolerate no disrespect. But then there's something called diplomacy, to be diplomatic. You may get disrespected, and it's like, okay. But then sometimes that disrespect is coming from envy. It may come from just a misunderstanding where y'all can sit down and speak. So as we grow and as our stars rise and as we gain more power as kings, then automatically we expect it to go to war. And I'm thinking, let's switch that. Let's say that our king behavior should be building with other kings to make this whole thing a nation. You know what I'm saying? To make this whole thing a strong planet, really, eventually. Because if we kings, there's another kingdom on the other side that's preying on us as young kings that want us to go to war with each other. While them and these England and America and China, all these people doing big business with each other, and all of them got militaries. They ain't popping at each other nonstop. There are wars around the world. There is a military industrial complex, but there also is something called international trade. As kings, we need to get involved in that. You from Atlanta, I'm from Houston. You in Georgia? Let's do it. That's what we're doing right now.
Whoa. Don't over discredit me. Like, I ain't from Atlanta.
You ain't from Atlanta. I'm my bad. Forgive me. You in Atlanta. You in Georgia.
He must don't want the video to come out. He must don't want the video ever to come out. He heard the word.
I ain't even mean to do you like that.
No, we gonna cut that off.
I wasn't even.
We gonna move it to the next question. Nope, we gonna move it to the next question. Like my little girl tell me all the time. Look at Weezy. Look. Talk to the hand. We ain't gonna talk to him. Hey, man, right now, it is time for something that y'all know what it's about. It is time for the motivational prayer. Hey, man, these motivational prayers got created because I know one thing about life. If I pray for you, he prays for you. King Jacko on Clubhouse pray for you. Once again, that's Kyle Jacko, if y'all didn't know. If everybody pray for you, man, your blessings come real strong. So what I did was I created a motivation prayer because I'm all about motivation. I'm all about inquiring minds to do what they got to do to be motivated. But at the same time, the prayer has to go with it. Motivational prayer. Prayer with the work goes together. Motivational prayer goes together. So right now, if you're driving, do not close your eyes. If you close your eyes, You might not see his video. You might not see another video. Make sure you keep your eyes open. But for everybody sitting at home right now, I need y'all to join me in this motivation and prayer. God, as I come to you right now, God, I want to say thank you for another amazing day. Thank you for letting us see what we need to see in life, God. To anybody right now that dealing with any negativity in their life, dealing with any struggles in their life, just anything in their life, God, I want to let them know. As long as they come to you, they will be okay. They will be strong. The only thing they got to do is tell you what their problem is. Not tell their friends, not tell their family, but come and tell you. Because, God, I know one thing you said on a mountain real high. You look at all your kids doing everything you're doing. And I know this right here is something glorified and great for people to see. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so right now, sir, give him out to TikTok right quick. All the rest of this stuff is going to be in the description below once he send me his bio.
For sure. All right. My TikTok is Trucker Wazeer. That's TRUCKER Wazeer WAZEER. And my Instagram is Wazeer_. It's WAZEER_. And find me on any streaming platforms under Wazeer.
I told him to give out one. See, that's how you know you're dealing with Texas people. You tell him to give out one thing, he gives out more.
Well, I'm multifaceted. You can stream my music on all the streaming platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music. Any beat you hear was produced by yours truly. The music is inspirational. He's a motivational speaker. I'm a motivational artist. So we did this together, and thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it.
You are the reason why we will never bring the King Series back to Texas now. But man, hey, you done so good, sir. What I want you to do is, I want you to close out the video, man. You done a real good job. You talked about Houston, Texas. We got all about Puerto Rico, but we're gonna let that slide. Hey, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. We're not done yet with the King Series. The King Series is over July 31st. So we got some days going. We got a lot of days to go. So make sure y'all check out this video, send it to everybody you know. And right now, I am passing the mic to my brother from Houston, Texas. I want you to close out the video. Once you're done, give them a motivational message for 2021. And after you get done, peace them out.
All right, first of all, thank y'all for, if you stuck around this long, that means you're a real one. That means you're really dedicated to yourself. One thing that I want to say that really helped me out in my life that we spoke about in this video is no matter what situation you in, no matter what you're going through, no matter what circumstances may meet you and become an obstacle in your life, you need to create. If you happy, create. If you sad, create. If you rich, create. If you poor, create. No matter what situation you're in, you need to create because you never know. That could be the one thing that you make that changes your life and your family's life forever. So stay motivated, stay being a king, and let's keep building.